What's up, fight fans? And we're back at it with another edition here at Round One Sports TV. I am your host, Edwin, and we are going to be giving a live breakdown on the Luis Pantera and Naoya Inoue fight headed in Tokyo, Japan, May 6th. We are just virtually hours away from this occurring. They will be entering in the wee hours of the morning. Naoya Inoue is scheduled to make his ring walk at 6 a.m. It could either be a little bit earlier, but that would probably be the latest if everything goes out, according to plan. So I'm gonna let you guys join this live stream, and I'm gonna break down both sides and give you my insight on what I see, the keys to victory for both men, what is at stake for both men, and who has the most to gain in this fight. So, we're going to be taking a look at both men right now. We're going to take a look at the Mexican superstar, Luis Nari. Okay, Luis Nari is going to be entering this fight in Tokyo, Japan as the underdog. He's coming into the fight as the challenger, and he is challenging the one and only Naoya the Monster Inoue for all four belts at undisputed status at 122-pound weight division. Now, Luis Narez is entering this contest. He has 35 fights, 27 big ways by knockout. Let me turn off that. And he has one loss. Okay. Luis Pantera Nari is 29 years old. He's in the prime of his career. Okay. He's 5'5". He has a 65-inch arm reach. Okay. And he has a 77% knockout ratio. Luis Nari, he has been battle tested throughout his career. And he has fought the people he needed to fight, and he has been in tough situations. As far as Luis Nari goes, this is not a situation he is not familiar with. He has ventured out to Japan before and dethroned the former Japanese world champion, not once, but twice. Luis Nari's only loss came to the hands of Brandon Figueroa, which, in fact, in that fight, he was a mirror image of himself, but he was just a much bigger fighter. So that's what it took to beat a fighter such as Luis Pantera Nari's. Luis Pantera Nares does not and has not gotten the memo that he's supposed to lose this fight. He's coming into this fight a real live dog, and he has all the support of the Mexican fans riding behind him and coming off a high when Saul Canelo Alvarez just defended all four belts just Saturday night. Luis Narez and Mexico are on a real high right now, and they're coming into Japan to pay spoiler. Luis Pantera Nari, the one thing he does have good for him is that he doesn't stop throwing punches and he hits hard. He's extremely sneaky when it comes to the style of the way that he throws his punches. Typically, fighters like to throw their punches from a high guard. Well, he, in fact, likes to throw them low from the hips. And if any point in the fight, Luis Naris is feeling himself so much in the fight that you notice he's throwing his punches from his hips, the fight is going his way. Okay, in this fight, Luis Naris is not afraid of Naoya Inoue. He's not afraid of everything they said about him. He's not intimidated by all the men that he beat. You know what Luis Naris is saying? I'm not those men. I'm cut from a different cloth. And Luis Naris is coming into this fight supremely confident that he can come into Tokyo, Japan, and pull the biggest upset and we've seen in boxing in a very long time. Luis Naris is coming to Japan and he's putting it all on the line. Okay. He was selected in this fight for a reason. And the reason why he was picked in this fight is because he's already upset at Japan. Japan wants revenge. And Luis Nares is not about to let Japan go up one on him. He also knows that in this fight right here, he's going to be a professional. He's definitely going to make the weight. And he's going to show Japan, forgive me for my past discretions. And when I did when in my earlier career, I'm a changed man right now, and I'm a professional, and I will carry myself as such. Luis Nares also wants to go out there and show Japan that he's competing on an even playing field, and that if given the opportunity, win, lose, draw, that he can fight in Japan again, and that they will lift the ban on him. And I believe they should. You know, don't take away a man's right to eat. But also, I understand why they did it, but I believe everyone deserves a second chance in life and allow him to prove himself. And if he was to do such acts again, well, then, suspend them. But I don't believe that we all should be judged in life by a single moment in our life, or a single rash decision. I can't back that. I believe everyone in the world has the opportunity to change their stars and to change their ways if given the right opportunity. I know some people claim that they want to change and they continue being the same person. Well, then you'll see it. Soon you will reveal yourself. And we'll see what Luis Pantera Nares is all about May 6th in Tokyo, Japan, when he plans to become the unified world champion at 122 pounds, which he will also solidify his dreams as a fighter. That will put him in a category of men, real small room. Real small room. The opportunity that is given to Luis Pantera Nares on this night, not every man is going to invite you to the dance. As you can see, Jaime Munguia is a very talented fighter, and he was given the opportunity but fell short. It's one thing to be given the opportunity. It's another thing to pull it off. And Luis Pantera Nares is daring to be great in this fight. In the other corner, we have the one and only Naoya the Monster Inoue. Naoya the Monster Inoue is an amazing story in itself. He's a Japanese fighter, and he started his professional career at 19 years old. He's coming into this bout against Luis Pantera Nares, 26 fights, 23 big ways by knockout. He has a 90% knockout ratio. He's 5'5", and he has a 67-inch arm reach. He is currently the undisputed champion and one and only king at 122 pounds. He started his career at 19, and right away he fought a gentleman that already had 16 professional fights. It didn't take him long to get acclimated to boxing. He had 2 8-round scheduled fights, 2 10s, and from there he jumped up to 12 rounders. Right away, Naoya Inoue showcased his skills. He came out the gate a fairly polished fighter. Throughout the division, throughout the course of his career, Naoya Inoue wanted to prove to Japan that he was the best fighter in the world. And in only 3 professional fights, in his 4th fight, he fought for the Japanese boxing, Japanese light flyweight title, meaning he was the best fighter in Japan. And those are the type of things that you want to see that your young fighter can achieve first. If you can fight your way out of your home country and prove you're the best fighter there, now you start to branch out to world titles. In only 6 professional fights, he was able to capture his first world title. And he did so against Adrian Hernandez, in which he stopped Adrian Hernandez in the 6th round for his first crack at a world title. Only fought 6 times. By the time he had 8 professional fights, he had already climbed up 2 weight divisions. 2 weight divisions. I know I'm speeding up here with the way he did it because it's only 8 fights. It's not like I'm talking about 30 fights, 20 plus fights before he moved up to weight division. But you're going to soon realize a pattern here with the Japanese superstar that he moves very fast. With only 8 fights, he already climbed up his second weight division. And in that, he won of his second title, in which he defended, right? Uh the first title he defended against Adrian Hernandez before moving up, by the way, he did defend that title 7 times, right? Before moving up, right? I believe it was. No, 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 no. My mistake, my mistake, my mistake. Adrian Hernandez, he won that belt. He only had fought 1 time, then he moved up to 115. When he fought against Omer Narvaez. When he fought against Narvaez, he won his second title in his second weight division. When he won that belt at 115 pounds, he successfully defended that belt 7 times, right? Before moving up to fight Jamie McDonald at 118 pounds. Now, mind you, impressively enough, throughout his first 2 weight jumps, not only did he skip by a weight division, but he used the champion as a tune-up fight to acclimate himself to the division. Meaning, rather than going up to Omar Narvaez's 115-pound weight division, he passes by one and challenges the champion. Then goes on to defend that belt 7 times before moving up to fight Jamie McDonald, which once again he did the same exact thing. No tune-up fight. No acclimating to the division. What do you need, Mr. Naoya Inoue, to prepare yourself to get ready to enter a new weight division? You know what this man needs? The champion. Find me a champion, he said. They said you don't have to do that. You could take a lesser fight. I understand what you just said. But Naoya Inoue is on record saying he doesn't have the mental fortitude to take a tune-up fight. He doesn't have him in him to fight a fight that doesn't mean anything. He needs maximum motivation in order to keep him focused on the eye on the prize. And you know what that is? Securing more world champions. Okay? Once he took that Jamie McDonald, in which Jamie McDonald came into that fight 3 inches taller than him, 3 inches in arm reach, he didn't even take the consideration or the time to look up Naoya Inoue's picture. When they asked him in the press leading into the fight, Jamie McDonald, have you ever seen him? He said no. He said, I saw a picture of him, and that's all I needed to see. Where do I sign? I always said it. He has one of the greatest disguises in all of boxing. You take a look at this Japanese superstar, and I tell you, at first glance, you might not see much. But I tell you, under that smirk that he has and that subtle look, there's an assassin that lives inside of that man. He is truly the definition of his name. He is a monster. And I'm going to tell you right now, tomorrow, the world will witness what this man can do. And if you want to see the best fighter in the world, there is no argument. I'm tired of hiding behind the fact that a lot of these people want to give the wrong person credit for being the best fighter in the world when he's standing right in front of us. He's doing shit that no man in the world has ever done in the sport of boxing. And damn it, we should give him his credit. Naoya Inoue, not only did he move up to 115 pounds, but he wiped down the division. It is the greatest way any champion can do it in the sport of boxing, where that he didn't fight one guy for 3 belts or 2 guys for 2 belts. He went down and tracked them down one by one. That is the most prestigious way you can unify any belt in any weight division. And once he secured all 4 belts, ladies and gentlemen, you need to understand what just occurred here. It is hard enough just to win 1 belt. That must have been your dream. But this man didn't achieve that dream. He dreams bigger because not only did he get 1 belt, he got all 4. And the confidence that it shows in a world champion, Once you secured all 4 belts just one time in your fucking life, you mean to tell me that he had the confidence to vacate all 4 of those belts within 30 days and not question himself to move up to another weight division where the world was calling him a hype job, and that Stephen Kubo Fulton was the best 122 pounder in the world and he was going to expose him? Yo, supreme confident, never swayed. He vacated all those belts and moved up to another weight division without even thinking twice. And you guys offended him. When Stephen Kubo Fulton went out to Japan and they showed him hospitality, they treated him like the king from the minute him and his crew stepped out the airplane, red light carpet treatment, and you had the audacity to wait for the press conference to call him a cheater in front of the whole world and his country. No wonder Stephen Kubo Fulton didn't win a single round in that fight, because his coaches solidified his fate when you came into the man's country and blatantly called him a cheater. That was shit you could have talked about behind the scenes, and you could have spared yourself that. But thank you for lighting the fire, because it really showed that the Japanese superstar is on a different level. He pitched a shutout. He shut Stephen Kubo Fulton down. Listen, this is what's remarkable about this guy. Not only did he vacate the belts, he moves up into another weight division. He beat Stephen Kubo Fulton for his 2 belts, which was the WBC and the WBO at 122 pounds. Then he moves. Marlon Tapales try to get gully with him and jump in the ring like he's the one that you should run up on. Marlon Tapales went in that ring and was like, I want to test my skills. Naoya Inoue looked at him and was like, you want to test it that bad? I'll beat you in 6 months. He must have looked at him and was like, huh? Marlon Tapales was already fat. He was eating everything. You saw him. This guy's superior mindset. If you give him the opportunity and you even play with him or hint that you're willing to meet him in that ring, he'll call you on it. He'll call you on it. And there's been a lot of things that they said about this Japanese superstar. But the one thing you're not going to say about him, that he is not highly skilled and what he's doing is not fucking easy. Don't try to take what he's doing and just say because he's in a lower weight division that that's easy enough to do. If it is, why hasn't any bantamweight champion in the last fucking 60 years even come close to doing what that Japanese superstar is doing? Because you got to give him the credit for who he is. He's him. That's him. He's right there, and he's been in front of us. And I would hate the boxing world to miss such a talent. And by the time he retires, you start to find out who he was. And all you're seeing is his reruns. And you're not seeing the real deal. I promise you, fight fans, if you love boxing as much as I do, if you love it as much as I do, I must give credit to the men and women that are doing it the best. And I don't care what they want to push out into the crowd. Your Ryan Garcias and your Jake Pauls and all this other bullshit. Okay, it makes money, it sells. But when we're talking about the best, real best fighters in the world, that man right there is electrifying. And I guarantee you tomorrow or this morning at 6 o'clock in the morning in Tokyo, Japan, he's going to bring you out of your seats. And you will not be like this, like yesterday in the Saul Canelo Alvarez fight, waiting to see if we get an ow and ooh moment. Huh? I'm going to tell you right now, he's going to bring it. He's going to bring it. And that Mexican guy is going to bring it too. And that's why I know this fight is going to be exciting. They could be a lot of different ways this fight plays out. But I'm going to tell you one thing right now. You will not, and I repeat, you will not be disappointed if you stay in, tune into this fight. That's my breakdown. Now, keys to victory for both men. Naoya Inoue versus Luis Pantera Nery. Luis Nery, what he really needs to do is not get crazy. He cannot just think he's just going to put his chest to chest with the Japanese guy. I don't think you're going to want to do that. Luis Nery has to rely on his tricky speed. He has deceiving speed, and it's tricky. Lewis looks a little stiff, and I know he will in the first rounds. But I promise you, if he's still standing in front of that Japanese dude, like the third, fourth round, he's going to start to open up. But that could be the end of him, and it could be his demise. By him opening up, that's what probably the Naoya Inoue Japanese guy is going to want. He's going to want him to do that. And it's dangerous in a lot of ways because you can't make a lot of mistakes. But Naoya Inoue got to keep him guessing. He's got to keep him guessing. He's got to just throw that flurry back up. And when he comes, but Naoya Inoue with the extra energy that now Luis Nari is gonna have, every feint that Naoya, he's gonna get Nery tired. Nery's gonna be responding to a lot of his feints. And listen, I've seen guys get tired just reacting to feints. They didn't throw one fucking punch, but the anxiety of them wanting to block something, it got them physically drained. So if he's putting out an offense and reacting to everything that Naoya Inoue do, Naoya Inoue is going to empty out his gas tank by the third, fourth round. Yeah, it's going to be quick. He's going to drain him quick if that's the way he goes, because Lewis is going to be so revved up. He's going to be in his mode. He's going to be so revved up. He's going to be wanting to throw, block, and he's going to be looking at everything he does. It's not going to take much to get him to react. All the Japanese dude got to do is feint, and he's going to react, bro. Yeah, on anything. And Naoya Inoue just got to be himself. It just really determines, what style does he want to take? See, the one thing about the Japanese superstar, every time they ask him his approach, what you really don't know is he basically is letting nature take its course. He's basically telling you, whatever way he comes out, I'll promise you I'll figure it out. I'm going to knock him out. That's what he's saying. He's not going in there. Well, some fights he did. I'll take that back. I was thinking about some, with like a game plan and shit, because I've seen him come into fights with game plans. But and then all of a sudden, it didn't seem like he had a game plan. It kind of seemed like he was letting the dance unfold from whatever his opponent started to do it. And the knockouts just started occurring more and more frequently when he started doing that. Early in his career, I seen him box. There's a difference. When he started boxing, that he had a plan, because you saw his style didn't change. He was, it was winning. What he was doing was winning, but it didn't change. And then all of a sudden, while his career was going on, I started noticing he was just like, he's that good, where that he can just go off of what you're doing and just pa 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 pa. He's really that good. So what he has to do, I believe, stick the jab in Luis Pantera's face. As soon as Luis tries to come in with that lunging, snap that in his face, snap him back. When he snaps him, get Luis Pantera a little bit frustrated. He's going to take more chances. The minute he tries to take a chance, he's going to snipe him. Whether it be a check hook, the overhand right, or an uppercut, either punch is beautiful against Luis Pantera Nari with the Japanese dude. So I'm not sure how it's going to play out, because there's just too many sequences. And the Japanese guy got too many selections of punches, where I've seen he can knock you out with the left, with the right. He can knock you out with an uppercut. He's got one punch knockout power. He's got blunt force knockout power. And even if you was to nullify the Japanese superstar's power, you're still stuck with a superior fighter, superior boxer. He's still going to be in front of you. So whatever avenue, if you want to play the power game, he'll go down that road. You want to play speed, he'll go down that road. You want to be a brawler, he'll go down that road. You want to be a boxing technician, he'll go that road. You want to try to box him off your back foot and think you're going to counter his shots, he'll go down that road with you. There's no way, there's no version of this fight that I see that Luis Pantera Nari has anything that this guy is going to be like, other than the fact that of his awkward, you know, ability, where that it's a little spontaneous, other than that, the wildness of him being wild. That's it. That's it. People, there's 77 people watching. Can we get these likes up, please? Am I not dropping it? Can we please get the likes up? Let's check some messages here. And let me put something up on the screen here because I can't even see these things right now. I'm over here popping off like, yo, you guys is really, what the hell is going on today that I can't go on a message thing today? It won't. What am I doing wrong today? Okay. I got you. Guys. There you guys are. So let me start reading off some of these messages. We got a donation. What Jay, Jay, you ain't doing it. Yo, Jay, we gotta throw you up there real quick. Japan is taking over the lower weight division classes with great paydays, period. Oh yeah, Nery's got power, but needs to use IQ more to get the knockout early. He's gonna have to do something, Chang. He's gonna have to do something. And thank you, Chan, for supporting the brand and the channel. We are gonna be doing big things here at Round One Sports Talk. But to answer your question, he's gonna have to get close to him, to put them hands on him. And I think in order to get to a guy like Naoya Inoue, it's gonna be a lot of forward intelligent pressure and expect to take a little damage. But if you're gonna take damage, and when you decide to go in like that on him, at least make sure you get some shit off. At least make sure you either went down hard to the body or you fucking punched him in his guard, and because those punches still hurt. You could punch the glove, it's still gonna rattle your head. You gotta give him something. Don't just go in there taking a chance and then he hits you and you come out of there with the damage. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put something together if you're going to take those kind of moments in the fight. He's got to give him something. Wow, you guys was just typing away. Listen, thank you for everyone that is joining right now. You know what I'm saying? All right, my man, how you doing in the building? We got my man Armando. He's always with us, front line. What's up, baby? Salute. What time is it there? Where? In Japan or here? I got the same time you got here, but in Japan it'll be at 6 in the morning. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm in Australia. Oh, yeah, okay. So that clock on the wall, don't follow that, because I've been trying to fix that clock on the wall right there. And no matter what I do, it still takes slow. So don't follow that. But if you wanted to know the time out here, it's 6 o'clock right now. In my own opinion, Nery got a shot of winning if he can nonstop throwing punches from start to finish. That's a very good opinion. And I would like to believe that. But it's one thing to say it, and it's another thing for your training to hold up the entire time. Luis Pantera Nares is not a robot. At some point, he's gonna have to breathe. At some point, he's going to have to rest. If there was a human in the world that you could just wind up and fucking send them out round after round, just throwing a variety of punches, well, then I guess you could probably try to win like that. But unless he's going to have to throw, on average, 100 punches per round for 12 rounds. That's 1,200 punches. He's going to have to break a fucking amazing boxing record. And you mean to tell me after he threw 1,200 punches in 12 rounds, he's going to be as fresh as he was in the first half of the fight? That's the thing. I know some men that can pull that off. Yes, but can he? But can he? He started to gas out against um uh um Brian Fondora. He's I mean Sebastian Fondora. I mixed up their both their names. Brandon Figueroa. Sorry about that. He started to tire out against Brandon Figueroa. I know it was a lot of those body shots Brandon was hitting him with though, and they drained him. You know, you don't want to get hit with body shots from the Japanese superstar. If you think Brandon Figueroa's body shots hurt, you've never heard of Naoya Inoue shotgun blast body shot. Them shit sound like shotgun fucking shells. Boom, boom. Yeah, bro. I remember when he was fighting in the bubble. He was fighting in the bubble, and you could hear his shots when the ringsides and the commentators were talking about him because there was no crowd. And when he was punching, when he hit Jason Maloney, yo, that shit was flush. That shit was like boom. You could hear it through the mics. It echoed through the arena. Yeah, and then people that have described that has been live front seat at his fights, listen to the way they describe his punches. Listen to them. Yo, they're like, holy shit. And this is from a guy that's 5'5", a man that came up from 108 pounds. Are you fucking kidding me? This guy hits like a rhino. He's legitimately hitting like some like a super middleweight. He looks like he has that kind of power. And he's just hitting everybody and they just falling. Listen, when he hit Payano in the World Series of Boxing, 2 punches. Yo, he stretched that man. Yo, he detached him from his motherboard. Yo, he was stiff as a board. He was like this. That's a knockout. It's gonna be really hard for Luis Pantera Nares to think that for one, his game plan better not to be fight him in the inside. He fought that other Japanese guy and he put his head right in his chest. And he fought him like that. You're not gonna want to fight this man like that. It's not gonna turn out too good for you. So if Luis Pantera Nares is not your typical jab puncher, what is he gonna do? Please tell me what you think would be the best strategy for this man, besides the fact thinking he's a robot. I mean, that's the most logical, right? Every time he comes in, you got to throw punches, but at some point he's going to get tired. His training better be that of like fucking Navy SEAL status. Yeah, you better have trained so vigorous and so hard in the gym that the fight on fight night comes easy. You better do something like that because, look, there's someone for everyone. There's a man out there right now. I don't know who he is. I don't know where he's coming from, but I know for a fact he's out there that one day he's going to beat Naoya Inoue. Or maybe Naoya Inoue will retire undefeated and he'll come back up and start to break some of Naoya Inoue's records. Sometimes it can happen both ways. But if you think that there's no one in the world for you, you are sadly mistaken because everybody should know there's always that man. He's out there. He's lurking. Sometimes, unfortunately, you know, um, the world can intervene and take that man away from us. Sometimes things can happen and we never get to see that opportunity clearly. But I believe there's someone for everyone. And he just has to meet himself, or a better version of that style that will fight against them and fare well against them. You know what I mean, guys? What's up, Ricky? What's up, Roll Rage? What's up, Lloyd? How you guys doing out there today? Yup. What's up? Preach 100%. Yeah, what's up, baby? I'm moving up, checking on with your messages, slowly going down. Gonna start to catch up with you guys, but I'm just gonna have to do this fast. I would love to put a lot of you guys' messages up there. Don't bet on Louis Nari. What? I'm gonna throw that up there. Your money. Okay, guys. I got Naoya anyway, and his bro. You do. Inoue will put the upset. Bill Haney. What's up, Bill Haney? How you doing? That's not an upset. If Naoya Inoue, that's he's favored. He's favored in the fight, Bill Haney. You know what I'm saying? Like that's he's just Naoya Inoue is on the verge of doing superior shit where that he's in a different conversation. He's in a conversation with Terrence Crawford where they're fighting for number one, number two, best fighter in the world type shit. He's not where that every and in any fight from here on in, he'll never be the underdog. The cat is out of the bag. The world knows who he is, and I believe that he's just in a different conversation altogether. You know, look, guys, I gotta admit, you know what I mean. Naoya Inoue ain't all that. Telling Inoue to move up and fight Shushu. Look, look, that's gonna Bill. That's gonna be a great a future fight. But you gotta let Shushu develop, my man. Shushu's not ready for him right now. Nah, Shushu looks good against those guys. But let's just remember that Shushu hasn't fought on any of the top guys, and he hasn't fought for a world title. Now, Oya Inoue, the Japanese guy, has fought all the number one guys, all the champions, everything. The best the world has to offer. And on an eye test, Bill, you're just looking at it and saying, copy, paste, and print. Because you're more familiar with Shushu than you are with the Japanese guy. But I promise you, Bill Haney, if you think that Shushu is ready for this kid right now, you better take a look at Shushu one more time and look at his competition. Shushu's competition is not Donaire, Emmanuel Rodriguez, Jason Malone. Those are champions. Those are all champions. You see, hey Shushu, look, could Shushu beat Stephen Kubo Fulton? You think he'll just wipe down Marlon Tapales? The style he is? Look, I think Shushu is good and he's a great talent, but don't ruin the kid. Give him a fair opportunity. So when that day does come, Shushu can fucking rock this Japanese dude. Give him more experience. That moment might just happen. You know what I'm saying? But give him time. It wouldn't be now, but do I believe Shushu has the ability to get better and to present him a better fight? Being the fact that Shushu is just naturally a stronger guy, and I think that he might be able to withstand some of his power. Shushu has skills and he's slick, but there are things that come with fighting. It's called experience, and that you cannot buy. You can't buy experience, and you can't make Shushu overnight just become this experienced fighter. What Naoya Inoue is putting together, he truly, truly is showing that his skills are on a different level. So I wouldn't be hurt, that fast to like put him in against a guy like that. Not just yet, but hopefully, yeah, men like that. Camille Moten is too young right now. He's too young. He needs a lot of work and a lot of time. I love Abdullah Madison. Abdullah Madison is great, but I don't think he'll ever fight like the Japanese superstar. In a good world, I would love to see if I could beef up the Japanese superstar and actually ever see him fight against a man such as the like of Terrence Crawford. But one of the biggest fights I think that will take place somehow, and a lot of people are not talking about it, is Lomachenko. Lomachenko is naturally a smaller guy. Lomachenko goes out to and beats George Kamboza. If Lomachenko loses those extra 5 pounds because he's beefing up to be a 135 pounder, which he's really not. And I think Lomachenko his skill, if you can drop him down to 130 and you could put a couple pounds on the Japanese superstar, I think that would be a mega fight. At 126 pounds, honestly, people, tell me the truth. I love boxing and I give respect to every boxer, but I got to put it like, call it like it is. And I got to tell you, this, I don't think there's nobody at 126. I don't think there is. You know? Look, he gonna turn around and say he don't think he all that. Well, listen, I gotta tell you, Donaire put in the work the first fight. He put in the work the first fight, Bill. But what did he do the second fight? What did he do the second fight? I'll wait. I'll wait. You're only judged by your last fight. You ain't gonna win today's game off yesterday's score. What you did in the first fight, you gave the Japanese superstar one of the biggest injuries a boxer can take. Most boxers in the world would have fucking quit, would have folded with an injury as suffering a fractured orbital bone. He fought 10 more rounds. And you're going to give Donito Donaire credit for fighting a guy with one eye? When Tim Tszyu had blood coming down, he wasn't successful. There's not a lot of men that can come over those kind of injuries and are able to persevere. Those are things you can never find out about your fighter. The only way you can find that out about a fighter is in the moment. It's not like you're in the gym saying, all right, son, you're going to get your Alberto Bobo broken in the second round. You're going to fight 10 more rounds. Beep, go, right? You don't train for that. You find out what your fighter's made of in those kind of situations. That's when you find out what your fighter's made of. And I tell you what happened. Naoya Inoue came away from that fight learning a lot of things. Maybe he respected Donaire a little too much that the second time they met, he didn't respect him no more. He brought the fight straight to him. Straight to him. And look what happened. That's what I got to say about that. When you know what I'm saying? I'm going all the way down, Bill. I'm coming for you. Listen. Blitz defense. What are you talking about? What you mean? Real deal. What's up, baby? Bro, Blitz, how old are you to talk like an idiot? What are you talking about? Okay, I got to move up. Listen to what? Wait. I got to go up. I got to get on your messages. Put the link for what? Put the link of the show? Of course I'll put the link. Where you want me to send it? You know what? Hold up. Let me get this link up. Guest. Link check. I'm gonna send the link to right here. Okay, copy, paste. There's the link. Of course, I'll put up the link. I would never shy away. Never that. You want to come up on here and you want to talk like men? We could talk like men and with respect. I made a platform here where that I will not disrespect any of my guests, and I don't need to get on and disrespect anyone. I will give you your time and your platform to say what you want, and if we can talk like men, then we can talk on this channel right here. We don't have to like disrespect each other or any of that stuff, but I would allow you to respect what I say, like just like I respect what you would have to say. You see what I'm saying? And we can come to an understanding and an agreement of sorts, right? But I would never shy away from any conversation leading into boxing. You know what I mean? No, I won't let them get me worked up, baby. Nah, absolutely not. These guys is talking foolishness. I know. I know. I know one thing though. I dropped that link, right? You, yeah, there it is. It's right there. Round one. I dropped the link right there. So I mean, I dropped it. If they want to join, we could get it popping. You know, Luis Nares is looking for what? Let me get down to your message, brother. I'm glad you're talking about Inoue's fight 10 rounds with a broken orbital bone and seeing double and still beat Donaire and would have knocked Donaire out if the referee hadn't fucking cheated for him. That's what he did. Came in and saved Donaire's punk ass. But could the referee save him in the second fight? Talk about he got the blueprint to beat the Japanese dude. Listen, talk is cheap in this world. A lot of people talk up and sell up fights, and I get it. Leading into the fight, we're boxing. And if you're getting offended over some words, bro, or holding me to that, nah. First of all, in a fight, you're going to have to earn my respect. And maybe leading into a fight, I might badmouth you, talk you up. We ain't friends at this point. But I got to admit, some of the greatest friends I have to this day, I fought. And I earned those men respect in the ring, and they earned mine. Maybe not on that day, but later on, we went out and ate, talked about our fight or whatever, right? And there's no better, greater experience than earning respect from another man and showing him that you guys are on that level together, and I believe that's the beauty of the sport, and I love that about the sport. Naoya Inoue is truly a fighter's fighter. He's your fighter's favorite fighter. That's who he is secretly. A lot of these guys might not, in a sport where everyone's egos are clashing, and not every fighter is going to come up and say, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, this guy's better than me, or to give another guy credit. No, he's going to say that he's the best fighter. And that's what kind of sport we're in. But you can tell that a lot of these guys has looked him up, seen what he's doing, and he is great. He is who he says he is. I mean, we just the things that he's pulling off is truly remarkable. Devin Haney tried to go up and unify all four belts at 140, and as you can see, he had a hiccup. But I'm gonna tell you right now, Devin Haney is gonna be just fine. A lot of people are giving him shit right now, and you're gonna get shit off of a loss. But he'll dust himself off. He'll start to fix the wrinkles and the mistakes in his game. What Devin Haney has to do is not play the blame game. He doesn't need to be like, oh, because Ryan did this, or he took this, or he did. Don't go down that road. Fuck it. What happened, happened. Dust yourself off. It's over with. Back into the lab. Superior mindset. Get back on track. The beautiful thing is that Devin Haney's still young. He hasn't even entered the prime of his career. So he's going to have another run, like a long run in boxing, I believe. I try to tell you guys this. He was going to have like your kind of like your Kobe Bryant career, where like he wore number 8 and 24. And I expect to see a lot from him, but that's up to him as an individual. I can only talk him up so much. Truly, at the end of the day, it's up to the man himself. Will this crush you? Will you go inward? What are you made of? What kind of man are you? The world is soon going to find out. I even heard that Stephen Kubo Fulton got a fight coming up. I'm not sure who his opponent is, but his name is being thrown around there. And I think he's going to fight on a June 1st card. Yeah. It'll be nice to see Stephen Kubo Fulton back in action. And I want to see what he's learned from the fight and the loss of Naoya Inoue. Sometimes you can get in a ring, and when you meet that guy, you realize right away that there's levels to this game. And Stevie Kubo Fulton can come away from that fight learning something from that loss. And he could say, damn it, man, I got to get my ass back in the gym. I just saw a different level to this game, and this whole entire time, I thought I was on the top level. I go in the ring with this Japanese superstar, and boy, does he prove me wrong. Some guys can take an ass whooping like that and retire from the sport altogether because it crushes them to know that they're not him, right? But real competitors, real men and women that are in the sport competing, and a winner or loss doesn't determine them. They're not here to pick straws with you about how many wins or loss. They just want to break your fucking face. All right. And they want to take your belt and they want to make a legendary career. So Stephen Kubo Fulton saw that there was levels to this, and I hope he's raising the bar. He's raising his own bar, his own level. Same thing with Devin Haney. Nothing to shame on a loss. All this bullshit that fucking Floyd Mayweather, the O, and everybody's got, bro. And throughout the courses of history, there has been fighters that have proven, even with a loss, they are still fucking great. And they have went on to do fabulous and great things. Even with a loss, they're still the GOAT. Okay? So there's room and there's time, Devin Haney, to set yourself on a legendary course once again, baby, because you can do it. Now, if Naoya Inoue wins this fight right here, the anticipation of the announcement of what his next move is going to be, that's what I want to know. I finally want to know, because now we start to enter legendary shit. He moves up to 126 pounds. That's 5 weight divisions. And I guarantee you one thing, ladies and gentlemen, he ain't taking no tune-up fight. He has 23 consecutive world title fights in a row. Do you think he's going to break his record to fight a fucking belt of somebody or nobody for nothing? No, he needs maximum motivation in order to keep continuing what he's doing and his historical rise. This man is jumping out throughout the divisions and using the champions as tune-up fights. Are you fucking kidding me? And he's making it look easy. When he enters his 5th weight division, he will be entering the likes of men like Floyd Mayweather that has 5 weight divisions. People like Manny Pacquiao that have 5 and better. Okay? That's a very small room. Right? Terrence Crawford right now is going up to 154 pounds. And even though that's a remarkable feat, and he's trying to go and unify all 4 belts at 154, let's just keep it in mind that that's his 4th that will be entering. He only has 3 weight divisions. He will be entering his 4th weight division at 154 pounds. But by the way, the Naoya Inoue guy, the Japanese guy, he already has 4 weight divisions. He will be entering his 5th. His 5th. And Terrence Crawford and the Japanese superstar are raising the bar on each other. As Terrence Crawford starts to enter the 154 and to try to unify all 4 belts at 154 pounds, Naoya Inoue is going to go right behind him. Terrence Crawford was the first man. He was the second man. This is exciting shit. And then all of a sudden, Bill here is going to come on and say, Naoya Inoue ain't that good. He ain't that good. What are you talking about? He is only the only man, the second man in boxing history to successfully unify all 4 belts in 2 separate weight divisions. If you see that anybody else is better than him, then please share with me your boxing knowledge. Share with me your boxing insight and show me then who is better than him if he ain't that good. If you don't consider a fighter like Naoya Inoue good or amazing, then fucking show me who is. I'll wait. And don't bring no fake shit. Okay? Because if you bring me a fighter with 1 or 2 belts, that's exactly what he has. He's not in the room with him. You got to bring me a fighter that is equally decorated. Opinions are like assholes, and everyone has an opinion. Yeah. Don't give me that bullshit. Guys, ignore the troll and the hate. Who's trolling and hating? Where? I'm not reading all these messages because they flying by me because I can't do everything but my goddamn self here. That's it. We're gonna start to put some moderators on the channel to help me moderize this shit. Bill got scared and didn't click the link. You know he didn't click no link, baby. You know it. I'll put the link on it. He ain't clicking it. I don't, because you're only going to get facts here. You're only going to get facts. You know? Fulton can definitely learn from that. 100% he can learn from that fight. 100%. Yep. Yeah. They call him a duck for not moving up 3 weight divisions to fight fucking Terrence Crawford, right? Which is unrealistic. He talking all that shit. He ain't clicking no link, bro. He ain't coming up on a show. He don't want, you know what I'm saying, which we will talk cordially. I ain't got nothing against nobody. Anybody can come up on the show. We can talk. As long as you come up here talking facts and don't come up here talking all that make-believe boxing shit, fantasy island, that what if boxing. We don't talk what if here. We don't talk what if. We only talk facts. That's all we do here. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to come up on my channel, be prepared to kick facts and get facts thrown at you. That's it. That's it. You know, and if you right, you right. You know, I'll give us a platform to speak. And here it is. We need to give and every day for yeah. What was you saying? Come on, man. All right, don't even feed into that. Stop lying. I saw him put bricks in his pocket. See, that's that crazy talk. That's that crazy talk, man. You didn't see no Inoue put no bricks in it. I am a Tyson Fury fan. Please give me yo, you get no monitor. I got way better subscribers and fans that been around that earned it. You came up late, Blitz. I lies. Look at John. Where's the proof? To what? To proof to what? What do you want the proof to? Yo. Look, guys, I gotta tell you, I gotta be honest. Um, you know, Naoya Inoue has putting in the kind of work that truly, if we was to step back, all bullshit aside, and I'm not even like, um, I love Naoya Inoue for the sport. I think he's great for the sport and everything. But honestly, it's not like, I'll always speak up the best boxer in the world, but it's not like, this is the Naoya Inoue channel. This is a boxing channel, and I will give credit to every single boxer in the world. You know, um, and I just think that giving Naoya Inoue his credit is much deserved. It truly is, and it might sound like I might be patting him, but it's the other way around. You have to understand that they were calling possibly the best fighter of our generation a fraud. They were calling him a hype job. They were saying that he had hand wraps and all this other stuff when that was further from the truth. All this guy was really doing was fighting the fights he needed to fight, and he was winning the fights he needed to fight. He didn't ask for any of this. He kept winning match after match, and I just believe that uh, this credit is granted, is merit, for what he's doing. If we was to take away his face, his picture, and we were to take away his weight division, right? And I was just to speak to you about a fighter, and I was to say, hey, me and you, we're somewhere sitting down, I'm having a soda or something, and I say to you, this guy, this champion here has 23 consecutive world title fights. He has 4 weight division, and he has successfully unified in 2 separate weight divisions. He had all 4 belts. He was the king of 2 separate weight divisions. And guess what? He's undefeated. He's never even been knocked down in his career. And I've never seen him wobbled, staggered, or doing the stanky leg. What would you say about a fighter like that? What would you think? When you know in the back of your mind, there has never in the history of boxing ever been a boxer to achieve such status. Not Floyd, not Muhammad Ali, and I absolutely mean no one. No one has done what he's done to present day. The closest fighter is Terrence Crawford. And the only thing that Terrence Crawford can mirror him with is successfully getting all 4 belts in 2 separate weight divisions. That's it. That's where the similarities end. That's it. Terrence Crawford doesn't have 23 consistent world title fights. Terrence Crawford doesn't have 4 weight divisions. Terrence Crawford didn't jump out through all the weight divisions and challenge the champion immediately. In fact, Terrence Crawford's finally taking a page out of the Japanese superstar, and he's doing that actual act right now at going up to 154. You see? And when I mean, I'm telling you, there has been no boxer in boxing history that has his kind of record. I mean it. The thing is that your boxing career must be tallied when you retire. And unfortunately, in the combat sports world, that is when you are crowned. You can't be crowned while actively fighting. Boxers and men and women that box have a tendency of retiring not so well. There has been many great legends through the course of boxing history that have retired very badly. Roy Jones Jr., I don't like how he retired, but now Hopkins, Ali, a lot of them, Mike Tyson, a lot of our great champions have losses where that they couldn't walk away from the sport, and they were fighting in their 40s and shit, getting knocked out of the ring, and that affects your record. So we realized in boxing, until the day that it is all said and done, you never enter the ring again. That's when they start to add up everything you did and start to talk about whether or not you belong in conversations like entering the Hall of Fame. With the kind of credentials that the Japanese superstar has, he's 100% going to walk in that Hall of Fame. It just depends on what he's going to do next. How high is he going to go? And for the first time in boxing history, I'm finally at a point where that I'm like curious. I want to see if it's truly that his skills can take him as far as he can go. Let's see. Why don't we find out? Why don't you put those fighters in front of him? Why don't you give him these kind of fights? And let's see if he's really him. Let's not do a lot of talking. If you really think that fighters like Boo Boo Schuster Carrington and all these other guys can truly stop him, well, tell them to get a belt. Tell him to get in line and tell him to get it in his sights, and you will get what you ask for. And before you do this, I just want to remind you of one small particular phrase that sometimes gets overlooked. Careful what you ask for, because you just might get it. Armando, why are you what? Bro, don't make me start kicking people. Please don't be everybody going crazy. Why are you being rude? I already told you, bro. I love the white master. Yo, don't fucking get out of here, bro. Hold up, man. Hold up. How do I block this dude? Block user. You gotta go, bro. I don't like that shit, bro. Block user on YouTube. Put user timeout. I never had to do this to anybody, but this will be my first block. Like this is like bullshit, bro. Like what are you guys doing? Yeah, you gotta go, homeboy. I'm not. I don't even know who started the argument, but once you start typing stuff like that, you gotta go. Armando, my bag dog. For anybody coming and disrespect you on our platform, we're talking boxing here, guys. You know, if you guys want to be ignorant and stuff, you guys could do that on somebody else's channel. Ed Hearns better step up and promote Matias versus Power of More. Going to be another domination by Matias and yeah, man. Listen, I'll be there for this fight. I'm gonna give you guys access and coverage, you know. But I definitely apologize for the things that have been said, and I haven't been checking on the channel and shit. But starting today, I'm gonna be asking a couple of you guys for to help me monetize. So when I'm kicking on the show, man, you guys can yeah, I kicked him. He's out of here. He's gotta go. He's gotta go. He's gotta go, baby. Yeah, nah, we have a safe boxing environment here. I can take criticism. I could take anybody calling me out on my shit. I could, yeah. I'm not gonna block you because you out talked me or you got a better point than me. If you do and you did, you know, I might highlight that shit. If you could teach me something about boxing that I didn't see, and you come on and you let man, I might fucking highlight that shit and put it up and play it on another video so that the world can see that you showed me something. I would never shy away from something like that. I love competition. I thrive on that shit. All right. And if I'm ever in a situation where I don't know something, I'll just say I don't know something. I'm not going to pretend to know something I don't know. And I don't claim to know it all. But one thing I will not do is um, continue to argue with a fool or continue to go down these roads with guys that are trolling and have pointless things and they're just talking about fairy tale situations. That's fantasy island talk boxing. I don't fuck with that shit, bro. I don't rock like that. Nah, we gotta talk about real shit here. Monster tuned up division is 122. What? Let's show that right there. Thank you. Listen, John, I want to be right there with you. Huh? Front row, baby. Man, I wish I was there with you. If I could right now, I'd take a boat, plane, and automobile to the fight. Right? We'd be right there. Man, listen. But I couldn't get a passport in time. It was just too much. That one was too much for me to pull off. I don't got money like that. But if I did, I'd be right there, baby. But I am going to the Matias fight in Puerto Rico. So I happened to get that one pulled together. It was crazy the way it came about, but it came about. So I guess the boxing gods are with me. They're on my side. They want me to go. This is destiny, baby. You can't stop round one sports talk. You know what I mean? We're only getting bigger. That's it. You can't stop us. We coming. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna be going out to that fight and with Liam Paro on June 15th. Like I said, I'll be in row 103, seat 15. That's exactly where I'll be. Okay. And I'll be covering the fight and I'm hoping to give you guys live interviews, pictures. I promise my members, my members to my channels that are members and stuff, I will have something special for you guys. I'm also going to be setting a members chat live stream where I'm going to be connecting my phone line to it so that we can get more familiar with each other, and hopefully I can start learning the software and stuff, because all this shit ain't cheap and all this shit ain't free. All this software and all this mic and all this, I came out my own pocket for all this because of my love for the sport. I didn't really go into this thinking that I was gonna make fucking $1 million, but at the same time, baby, if it happens, it happens. I go to deny it, right? But this is for the love of the sport, from me. And I have future plans of putting more things. So if you love my channel and you're supporting me, and I appreciate the members that have membered, I know that I have an obligation to that. I haven't forgot about you guys. I'm really working here, but I need the right people in my corner. And sometimes you may get the right people, but they're not as close to you where you can utilize them. And I just got to find the right people and really like lock this down. But I will, and I am, and I'm getting better at it. Listen, gentlemen, you guys are the best. Word. Edwin, yo, you are Latino. Mira, yo soy boricua, papi. Yo soy boricua 100%. I'm Puerto Rican. You know, um, my family gives me shit sometimes because I gotta freshen up on my El Spaniel, right? Right. But yeah, I'm Puerto Rican, man. I'm Latin. Yes. What's up, brother? My man's absolutely. Naoya is only so big. He's already pushing at 125 pounds. He's at 122. This is Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Yeah, he is. Looks like the little guy. He's the real Mike Tyson Punch Out. Yeah, in a way. But I want you guys to keep this in mind, okay? When we're talking about height and we're talking about it, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Esau Pitbull Cruz just win the 140-pound championship? He's 5'4". The Japanese superstar is actually taller than him. And Esau Pitbull Cruz is the 140-pound champion. He's taller than Esau Pitbull Cruz. And I know he can fight better than Esau Pitbull Cruz. It's Esau Pitbull Cruz's body mass, how thick he is. I was just watching the Japanese superstar and some of his recently new training footage, and boy, does he look big and he looks strong. Yo, his neck up here looks chunkier. When he was hitting the bag, yo, I was looking at him all the way from the bottom up. Yo, his calves are fucking huge. The Japanese dude, his legs are getting even bigger, and his upper body frame really looks like he's packing on the size really well. He actually starting to look like his younger brother when his brother was fighting at 126. He looks like he's really acclimating to 122. I think he's at the point where that he might is ready to venture out. Once again, guys, don't hold me on that because I'm not making an announcement that I personally know that he's going to move to 126. No, I'm not going to say that. It's up to him. And we're all waiting for that. We want to see, how at the end of the fight, they ask you, who do you want next? That's what we're waiting for. At least I am too. First, we got to get to the fight. Then he has to win. Then we can get to the announcement part. Okay. So there's a lot of things that need to occur first. Okay. Right. I think he gets the job done. I think he's more than capable of getting the job done. He is the right man for the job. I believe he has bigger and better plans in the future. I also like what the Saudis are doing with boxing. I like the fact that the Saudis are really, you know, um, they're changing the game. And they're also paying some of these fighters life-changing money. You know, all your whole entire life, You're fighting, you're boxing, and you're winning. You're probably have already been a multiple champion like Anthony Joshua, and some of these fighters make millions and some don't. And these Saudis are coming and paying the fighters what it's worth, and that's beautiful to see. They're putting some of these fight cards together for us right now. That August 3rd card, it seems like it gets better and better, isn't it? There's a lot of great fights on that card. You're talking about main eventing just Terrence Crawford, Tim Tszyu, and Virgil Ortiz going to be the co-main event. And then you got Andy the Destroyer Ruiz versus Big Baby Miller. And then you also got Andy Cruz, the Cuban, and you got the other Cuban on the card too, David Morale. So that's a big card. That's a lot for your money's worth. You paid for this Saul Canelo Alvarez fight Saturday, and where on the card did you get your money's worth? As a fan, I can't be a fan for you. If you feel like you did, you did. But yeah, that's why the Saudis are putting these cards together so that people actually just don't get one fight thing. The Mario Barrio fight, I thought it was going to be better, but his dancing partner, it was more like he was living off his brother's name, you know, but he wasn't as exciting as his older brother. Yeah, so the fight didn't kick off the way I thought it was. So, but yeah, fight fans, absolutely. Round one, please. Please comment on Naoya Inoue versus Junto Nakatoni in 2025-26. Listen, Junto's a great, the next Japanese shiny thing. He's good. He's pretty good. What makes him pretty good is his length, his reach, right? But I try to tell this to a lot of boxing fans, especially Japanese boxing fans, that what's going on is that during the time where you didn't see Naoya Inoue, you saw Junto, and he was filling in the gap. And you can become a prisoner in the moment. Coming off that knockout that he had Maloney, the way he got that knockout of Maloney, it looked like his soul jumped out of his body and ran out the ring. He crushed him with that shot, right? And that was good and it was impressive, right? Junto has a different style than Naoya Inoue. The problem is Naoya Inoue is more technically sound than Junto. Junto, I think, doesn't even have the equal power that Naoya Inoue has. He has good power. He does have one punch power, but it seems like he already broke down his fighter. Then he hit him with that big shot. Although in one fight he did drop the dude like that. I seen his fights, right? But as far as technique, like technically, I think Naoya is just that much better than him still. I think Junto, as the years go on, 2025, 2026, he'll be ready for Naoya Inoue then. And, anything can happen in a fight. I like Junto's height and length in that fight if they were ever to fight. And Junto's going to have to fight him. They're going to have to meet because whenever there's two of you, two alpha males in the same country, eventually you guys are going to have to fight to figure out who's the best of the country because this guy's going to be beating his chest, talk about he's the best Japanese fighter. And this guy right here proved himself to be the best Japanese fighter. He proved that. When the other one fell to Louis Nari, he came in. Early on in his career, they put him against a few Japanese fighters, and he had to beat them to separate Ryoguchi. When Ryoguchi and him fought, they thought the same shit. They thought Ryoguchi was going to beat Naoya Inoue. They did. And Naoya Inoue outboxed him, outfought him. It was a great fight. It went the distance. I got to admit, Ryoguchi stood there. He traded it, bang, but it looked like that was what Junto would look like. He's good, he's great, he's long, just like Ryoguchi was, but he's just a little bit better. just a little bit better. And I think that will pay a factor. He's going to sneak in punches in the inside. He's going to be able to evade the long, lengthier fighter. Yeah, he's just he got a better start. If we never know where this guy ends up in 2025, 26, how much better he gets, and then that can be a great matchup. But as of right now, Naoya Inoue is the best fighter Japan has. And Japan has 9 world champions. 9. I think they just lost one, in fact. I got to go back and check it. I haven't checked it in a while. And then, you know, they stand to win more belts. Who won a belt the other day for Japan? There was a Japanese fighter he just beat Emmanuel Rodriguez. So they got another world title. He just took Emmanuel's belt yesterday, Japan. So that was Japan and Puerto Rico right there. And he just took my fucking Puerto Rican dude's belt. Yeah, he did. So that's another world champion they have. He just took the IBF of Emmanuel. So, yeah, I got to check up to see what Japan has right now as for champions and shit. But yeah, that'll be a big fight. But a lot of people got captivated in the moment with him, when he knocked out Jason Maloney like that. And a lot of people saw the new shiny thing. And right away, they were like, no, he'll beat Naoya Inoue. And I'm like, whoa, you guys might want to pump your brakes and stop being a prisoner of the moment. Yeah, he beat those guys. Yeah, he looked good against those guys. Those guys ain't Naoya Inoue, bro. And let's not remember that most of these guys is like Naoya Inoue's leftovers, or the weaker version of the Maloney brothers. He knocked out the younger twin. He didn't even knock out Maloney like that. Maloney is a world champion about to fight in his card. This guy knocked out the smaller brother like that. Yeah, so he looks good. Ryo Gucci. I mean, not Ryo Gucci. What's his name there? Junto Nakatoni. He looks good against those guys, but once again, those guys are not Naoya Inoue, brother. You know what I mean? So, yeah. This is insane that today, for some reason, I can't even hover over the message. Something's wrong. That's okay. What time it starts, Gabriel? Um, he's scheduled to make his ring walk at 6 in the morning. Yeah, but I would get up a little bit earlier, like 5:30, maybe 5, just to play it safe, because you never know who's gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if any fights get knocked out faster or whatever, you don't know. So yeah. What's up, guys? Listen, guys, this is gonna be an amazing fight. I mean, for a lot of different reasons. I told you what I feel in this fight. There's just I acknowledge the elephant in the room. And the elephant in the room is that Japan wants to teach Mexico a lesson. They were embarrassed a little. They ran it back with Luis Narez, and Luis Narez came in there and beat him. What they're reporting is 5 pounds. Some people say it was more like 3.5 pounds overweight. And whatever it was, he came in overweight and he upset at the cart and beat the Japanese superstar, right? So, how do you teach a lesson? How do you teach someone a lesson? Do you go out there and just knock them out? No. I believe Japan has the right man for the job. And if you want to beat Luis Narez in front of all the Japanese fans and punish him, I believe Naoya Inoue can do that, then finish him. So, because of the fact that I think he wants to outclass him to really show Luis Pantera Narez that he's not on his level, then I think he's going to put him away. For me, I don't think the fight passes or should pass 4 rounds. I don't think Luis Nari has it. I think Naoya Inoue will figure him out early. He's gonna hit him with big shots often and frequently, and it just depends how Lewis holds up. For me, anyway, that's how I see it playing out. It could be a really short night for Luis Nari. He walks into something big early, like Donito Donaire did. Everything in that first round with Donito Donaire was going good. Nothing big happened until it did. Donaire tried to hit him with that shot, and he faked out a veteran such as Donito Donaire, a 3 division world champion with a 20-year plus career, a man that was once on the pound for pound list at the top of his game. Whatever he lost in a step because of his age at 36, he gained in experience. And in being in fight experience, Donito Donaire knows where to stand, how far to be in a lot of boxing situations. And he psyched out a man that high in experience and dropped him in the first round. Unless you have a ring IQ that high, you're not going to psych out the Japanese superstar. Luis Nari is not your typical fighter where he's making any kind of reads. The only thing he's doing in that ring is fighting off of pure instinct, will, aggression, and just the desire to win the fight. But all he's doing in that ring is fighting. Now, if you give him enough time, he can be creative. He can look for openings. He'll make subtle kind of reads. He's a professional boxer. He will. Not the kind of reads that Naoya Inoue is making. Naoya Inoue is figuring you out with everything you do. He really is. He's just taking it down. He's creating openings for himself. He's seeing how you react, how you respond in certain situations. Then he's putting it all together. You're not going to do too many things in front of him twice and get away with it. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. There have been many men that were way more skilled, couldn't pull that off against the Japanese superstar. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Luis Nari's only chance here is his fighting style. It's all based on his fighting style for me. It's the fact that he throws from down here. Not your traditional stand from here, from the high guard, where you can see or anticipate. Once you throw that, either you could jump or come back like this. From right here, you really don't know. You're not giving too much of a tail. And the way that people like Luis Alberto Lopez does it versus Luis Nari. I think Luis Alberto Lopez does it a little bit better than Luis Nari too. But they both sneaky. And as you can see, that kind of style can give a great skilled fighter trouble. Trouble. You're watching it. No, listen. How many times did you see Luis Nari fight or Luis Alberto Lopez fight, and you think, oh, they're gonna lose today. They're taking that belt from him today, and this finds a way to win. Yo, with that crazy ass style, I keep thinking someone's gonna catch him. Just time it, and they can't seem to time it. It has to be in his delivery and his approach. It might be just a little bit faster than what people think they can catch up to it. You understand? So, you know, we'll see. We'll see. What time does it start, Mega Boy? Yeah, 6 o'clock. Yeah. I think he is too much for him, but you know, this was a good fight for Japan. This is a really good fight because Luis Pantera Nare is a strong opponent. You gotta admit he's a strong opponent. He only has one loss. He only has one loss. That's all he has. It's not like he's fighting a tomato can that has 10 losses or something. This is a man that his skills have got him all the way up to this point, and he's good enough to be awarded this kind of fight. It's not every day a guy gives you a phone call that has 4 belts and calls your name to the dance. Jaime Munguia was just given that opportunity, and you could see how it worked out for him. You see? And I told you guys that Saul Canelo Alvarez' team is not stupid. They're not stupid. They know exactly who they were picking. In this situation, it's more like a revenge. It's more like Naoya Inoue is exacting revenge and getting the respect for his country, but at the same time, he's completing what he wants, and that is to successfully defend all 4 belts. Because when he got all 4 belts at 118 pounds, he didn't defend them. He vacated them after 30 days of securing the last one from Paul Butler. 30 days after he beat Paul Butler, he vacated all the belts and put them back into the pond for someone else can eat. He didn't fucking hold on to the belts and hold the division hostage like Terrence Crawford's doing right now, which I wish Terrence Crawford would vacate those belts and allow other men to become champion. The longer he holds those belts, he's stealing other people's opportunities to completing their dream, the same dream, Terrence Crawford, that you set out to achieve. You're not going to defend the belts at 147, throw them back into the pond. And in fact, that fight that Mario Barrio had could have been for the WBC regular had Terrence Crawford vacated it, because he's the WBC interim. Do you see how you holding up other people's careers? You see? But at the same time, once he vacated those belts, he realized I never defended the titles. When is the next time I'm gonna get another 4 belts? He said, well, I gotta go work on that. So he went out and got the other 4. And now that he got those 4, before moving on to another weight division, this time I think they're thinking it through, because they're gonna say to him, damn it, bro, you're good. But when's the next time you're gonna get another 4 belts, Naoya Inoue? And you never defended all 4 belts in none of the weight divisions? So I think at the same time, he can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, get the title defense on the belts, and exact revenge for Japan. What more can you, how much better can you get? Can we get the likes up? Can you guys just take the time out of your day? And please, look, it's nothing. Just click the lights. Thank you. Come on, guys. Hey, I'm gonna throw that up for you. 6 o'clock. Naoya Inoue starts at 6 o'clock in the morning. He's due to make his ring walk at 6 a.m. The main fight card starts at 4 a.m., which I believe um, I believe his kid brother, might be kicking off the main card, or Jason Maloney, and then Naoya Kid's brother, and then him. I think there's 4 fights on the main card. There's another Japanese gentleman that is fighting underneath that card too, as well. I should look it up right now. 82 people watching and only 45 likes. Come on, people. Nah, I got 112 people watching right now. Did I see the post fight reaction? Yeah, he's walking out at 6 a.m. Yeah, yeah, because it's Japanese time. Remember, out there it's gonna be like 11 o'clock at night, but out here in the States it's gonna be like 6 in the morning. You see, so when they're fighting in the Tokyo Arena, which max capacity I think is 55,000 people. 55,000, including everybody that's down at the bottom now. 50,000 arena, and then everybody like in your suites and your rich people, is 55,000 people gonna be there. And out there in Tokyo, Japan, he'll be entering the ring, I don't know, 11 o'clock, 10:30 out there, I guess. And if you was to do the math, it would be like 5:30 in the morning out here. Yeah. What's up, Bam Bam? Where you been at, man? Yo, Bam. You don't missed it, bro. Yo, fam, let them know. And yo, you need to go check out. We've been in here chopping it up. Listen, Maloney gets down. Listen, Maloney is a good fighter, bro. I've been trying to tell people about the twins from Australia. He is a lot better, but he just came against some fucking the monster. He came up against the monster. You saw Maloney fight the Emmanuel Rodriguez's and Paul Butler and them and all these guys down in this weight division. And what ended up happening that these guys are so good, they equally knock each other off. Because this is some of the lightest and fastest men in the world. Those divisions are fucking dangerous and hard as hell to get titles in when every guy is a fucking next killer. Like, they're all fast as shit. It's hard to maintain your belt there, as Naoya Inoue's kid brother found out. Naoya Inoue's kid brother is good. He's good, and he already lost. All these guys down there are fucking good. And they keep knocking each other off and getting belts. That shows you how truly dangerous the bantamweight divisions and the flyweight divisions, how dangerous that shit is. And Naoya Inoue is fucking walking through like a hot summer day, just cleaning house and not getting very little respect from the rest of the boxing world. Like, they got fans really like talking like ridiculous talk. Like, until he goes up and fights Terrence Crawford, he's not the best, bro. Like, bro, you can't even argue with people like that. You right when they say things like that, you just look at them and you go, you know what? You should just say, you're right. You're right then. And just walk away. Just walk away. Because anybody in their right mind would know that wouldn't even be possible. Look at Terrence Crawford's about to fight at 154. The Japanese superstar fights at 122. How the hell is he going to jump 30 pounds to fight Terrence? Come on, guys, man. So I don't even entertain that. I don't even entertain that. I'm trying to talk to you guys about fights that may be possible in the future. It just might be possible. And some of the fighters that are young that are coming up. Listen, I announced this earlier in my video. If this Japanese dude thinks that guy is not out there, oh, he's out there. For every man that thinks he's the shit, don't worry. That guy is out there for you. Tank, Boo Boo Carrington, Schuster, even young Camille Moten. Give them a few years to develop, though. Don't put them in there right now, right away, and just Japanese dude feed him to this guy because you guys want to see him lose. No, you're going to get our guys hurt. They're not ready right now, but will they be one day? Yes. I believe Bruce Carrington will be ready for him one day. Yes, absolutely. Not just yet. I believe Camille Moten could be ready for him. Not just yet. Give them the right to earn their way just like he did. He fought the who's. He fought his way up the divisions. He fought the number one guys, and he played out his. Don't rush our guys to just feed them to him now. Don't do that to our guys. Allow them to. He's got a few, 5, 6 more years in him. You got enough time to catch him. 2, 3 years, then put our guys in, and then we'll finally see who's who and what's up. You feel me? So, but yeah, time will tell. Time will tell, guys. Time will tell. Anybody, the Master Rodriguez lost. He went 12 rounds. Emmanuel Rodriguez got dropped in the 4th round in that fight against the Japanese guy. And he started doing okay. He even had the Japanese guy eye closed. It was like that. Emmanuel was doing good. They went the distance, and he just gassed out. And I believe that the knockdown was like the factor in the fight. The fight was fairly close. They were both getting good punches and stuff on each other, but at the end of the fight, I still felt like the fight could have went either way, and Emmanuel lost one there. He lost a tight one. I didn't like his approach in the fight neither. He didn't fight like when he fought the Russell kid. Emmanuel didn't fight like he fought Russell. He fought a little different. He looked a little like it looked like he wanted to fight on the inside like that. I don't know. He just didn't look like he didn't have the fight plan I thought he would come out in that fight. Yeah. So I'm kind of glad I didn't watch it live because I'd have been pissed off. But you got to take the good with the bad. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was, you know, a lot of people don't realize now Naoya Inoue is the full package. You got to understand why they don't think he's the full package. This is why. Um, the people that are saying that he's not the full package are people that obviously are thinking that or trying to feed you that there's no real thing as no such thing as Superman in the sport of boxing, and which is true. You can easily pick apart any fighter in the world and show flaws. Every fighter on the planet has them. There's no perfect fighter. So, in order for if you can say that about Naoya Inoue and view all his success, and if you're saying that about him, what do you think about everyone else? So, if you're saying that about arguably the top 1 and 2 fighter in the world, then what are you saying about every other fighter in the world? You do realize that by calling him out and saying he's not the best, then whoever you have in mind couldn't hold his jockstrap as far as in success, in accomplishments, and what you did. You don't have a fighter you could put up against him when it comes to stats. You don't have one. That doesn't exist. I've searched for him. He's not, he doesn't. He's not real. The only person that has those kind of stats and that kind of record is him. That's it. So you can't convince me that you can say, oh, you know what? He's not that good. Really? You're calling a guy that has 23 successful world title fights, successfully unified all 4 belts in 2 separate weight divisions, has climbed 4 weight divisions, is undefeated, and his entire career has never even took a knee, knocked down, or a standing 8 count, and arguably he's won 90% of every round he's ever been in all 26 of his fights. You mean to tell me you're saying that guy's not that good? Then show me who the fuck is. I'll wait. Let me go grab some right here. And while I'm grabbing that, please type in the guy that can beat and mirror that. Because I need to see this guy. Talk is cheap. And just because you could talk up this fantasy guy doesn't mean he really exists. Talk is cheap. Just because you have an opinion or you like your favorite fighter and you can't see no one being better than your favorite fighter, well, that's your opinion. And you have the right to that. But don't say that your favorite fighter is better than this guy if he actually isn't. Because that would be your opinion. You see, you don't have anything that you can bring on paper and say, hey, besides the name. You think I'm going to actually give you credit because Terrence Crawford fought Errol Spence Jr.? His name? No, that's just a name. And by the way, that's only one fighter. What the fuck did you do with the other 40 fighters you fought? And what did you accomplish? Now, that's the shit I'm on. That's the shit I'm on. Naoya Inoue has receipts to everything he did. And in order to beat him, bro, you're going to have to at least match him. Damn it. I can't keep allowing people to say LeBron is better than MJ. At least you need to have one three-peat. At least one three-peat, and on the same fucking team. Stop jumping from 20 teams. MJ took Chicago. MJ was born in New York, right? He never even got to play for the Knicks. He agreed to the team he was on, a bum fucking team. Who the fuck was the Chicago Bulls before Michael Jordan, right? He comes on a team and truly rises that franchise. That's a fucking champion, bro. That's the fucking GOAT. He didn't band hop on someone else's team while someone else was the captain of the team. D. Wade was the captain of Miami Heat, not LeBron James, right? But yet he's the best player in the fucking world. They're going to feed you. Man, they dressed him up real nice. Real nice. And I'm not going to argue with people about that. I understand championships. I understand world titles. That's all I understand. And I understand what three-peats are. I understand that. And unless you can mirror that, we got nothing to talk about. Okay, I understand world titles. And unless you can mirror that, we got nothing to talk about. Who the fuck are you saying is better than Naoya Inoue? Who? Where's this fantasy guy at that they're talking about? But the reason why I entertain the argument is because of the weight and size factor. The glamour divisions. It's true. The glamour divisions get the most attention in all of boxing. That's 130, 135, 140, 147, and the heavyweight championship of the world. Those are the glamour divisions in all of boxing. You see? So when we're talking about it like that, people are going to be more familiar with those guys in those weight divisions. Why? Because they're the glamour divisions of boxing. You see? Now Naoya Inoue, you have to acknowledge what he's doing is very special. Why? You didn't know anything or anyone at his weight divisions. But now seemingly you do. That's Michael Jordan shit. He didn't move up to the glamour divisions to get your attention. He did some Chicago bullshit. He opened your eyes to a whole weight division you guys weren't even paying attention to. Real GOAT shit. That's how you know those are the special ones. When they got you tuning in and talking about a dude and people, he's got you familiar with guys' names and weight divisions you would have never known about. Because why? Because of what he's doing and his skills and the way he's doing it. Real fucking champion. And when it's all said and done, I already know they're going to have to give him his credit. I already know it. They're going to have to. Because it's just going to be so much. And the more you push him and the more he climbs, the more you guys are going to have to chase him. You know, the only guy that's going to put up, you know, and I think that has the potential is Terrence Bud Crawford. If anybody can jump up 3 weight divisions and equally respect it, I feel the same way I do about Terrence Crawford. If he has the skills to pull this shit off, bro, don't, politics aside, don't step in his way. If you think that those guys can stop Terrence Crawford, well, then damn it, let's see you stop him. Don't prolong the fight. Don't try to age him out. Don't try to, none of that. Fight after fight after fight. Get in fucking Terrence Crawford's face and let's see if you could stop him, damn it. I'm fucking curious. I'm interested for the first time in boxing. I see a lot of exciting situations that I would like to see played out. I'm tired of talk. Talk is cheap. Anyone can talk shit. Men like Terrence Crawford, men like Naoya Inoue is carrying our sport and allowing people like David the Monster Benavidez, Tank Davis, Shakur Stevensons of the world to have these kind of platforms to also showcase their skills. Come with it, baby. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, baby. Listen, fight fans. This has been an amazing show. I would like to thank all the people here. Facts, thank you. Listen, guys, please, can you take the time out to smash them like button for me? That way we can get these videos out there, and support the brand and support the channel. Listen, we have an amazing fight. Hasn't Virgil hasn't lost to anybody. He hasn't lost to anybody, but he hasn't fought anybody. He is taking care of business. I'm not liking the inactivity between his fights. I can't say that I'm a fan of that. But what I can say is that Virgil's opportunity is going to be in front of him on August 3rd against Tim Tszyu. I think Tim Tszyu, in some aspects and some fight circles, is highly underrated. In other fight circles, people know what he's about. They know that he's fundamentally sound, and he's also has sneaky boxing speed, where that he catches a lot of his opponents off guard. Tim Tszyu is the type of fighter that there's not a lot of fighters that understand the concept between pop shotting and not showing your true speed until you're in the inside and you're ready to attack. Then you surprise your fighter with that blinding boxing speed that Tim Tszyu has. Um, as you can see, if it wasn't for that gash, I think he beat Sebastian Fundora. He had to alter his style because of the blood that was going into his eyes, and he had to take different chances in the fight. Normally, he wouldn't have taken those chances. You see, and it goes to speak about Tim Tszyu's fight credibility when in that fight he sustained that gash in like the second round, I believe it was. He still had it into the fourth round where he could have went to the scorecards, but he didn't want to win that way. He wanted to win like a world champion, and he continued, and it was up to him to pursue the fight. It was up to his corner to stop the blood. And if you ask me, his corner let him down. They didn't have the right things in that corner to stop that kind of gash. I don't think you would have stopped all the bleeding because it was on the top where you have that big vein in your forehead. But if they were better prepared, they could have at least helped Tim Tszyu fight the fight. Tim Tszyu's out there fighting the fight of his life, and his corner can't even fucking stop the bleeding for him to help him fight the fight. And I think if you ask me, his corner let him down. But he's a very, very, very tough opponent. And Ortiz, here's your moment. Here's your moment to silence all the critics. Here's your stage. This is your guy. You can beat Tim Tszyu. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. And he's moving up. He and he, he's moving up to better quality opponents. This is gotta be his toughest opponent. Where that Tim Tszyu he's little by little has been battle tested. And and where the fuck is Jermell Charlo at? Where the hell is he? What's going on? Terrence Crawford's invading the 154, and it seems like Jerron Boots Ennis is walking in right behind them. Jerron Boots Ennis, that's a smart move because he sees that there's probably almost nobody at the 147. He's going to walk into 154 and throw his name in the hat too. I think if anybody can do it, Listen, fight fans, they better watch out for Jerome Boots Ennis. They better watch out for him. He's really good. He's really good. So look, we have a lot of fights in front of us, guys. We have a lot of boxing to talk about. I'm pretty sure a couple of us is gonna be up in the morning. So please join me, guys. Listen, John, you guys, true that. Love you guys. Thank you for joining the channel. Please give the videos a like for me. You know, we got like 10, 11 hours away to one of the biggest fights. So I don't want to wear myself out on this live. I have another one in 10 hours to go, you know. So please, if you guys want to join me, it's been an amazing live right now. Please, guys, give the video a like if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. And like always, I'm on to the next one after this one here at Round One Sports Talk. Thank you for everyone that gave me feedback. Sorry for the troll today. We're going to take care of that and everything. Have a great day. Love, respect each other, and I'll see you guys at the fight. Well, that was a cut on his head that was too. What? Toto? Toto? Yo, that shit was like, you could put two fingers inside that hole on Tim Zoo's forehead that night. But if you had that crazy glue, they could have crazy glued it. It still would have popped through a little bit. It would have bleed because on the top of your forehead, you got that vein. That was a hard cut to, I got to admit. That's probably one of the hardest cuts in boxing besides your eyelid right underneath. When you got it like this and it's like cut and you could see it like open real bad, those are like the worst. Okay. But with the stuff that we have today, bro, I see, I'm the type of person that in a lot of situations, I don't panic. I'll look for a way out, you know. And if I was in that corner and he got that cut, bro, I would have sent somebody out. Out of all the corner men that were in that arena that night, that they had their fighters fight on the undercard before, there had to be somebody there that had a vial of that crazy glue. Bro, I would have paid for it, right? There's three of you in the corner. One of you run around and find me fucking crazy glue. You know, I would have never just left it to chance and prayer and some Vaseline. You know, putting their fingers in it with the gauze with Vaseline, thinking that's going to stop the cut. That they were so focused on stopping the cut that they weren't even remembering to put Vaseline on his face. So he didn't even have Vaseline on his face. He's taking full blunts of power to the face, and they just got globs of Vaseline on his forehead that is doing absolutely nothing for that cut. Vaseline doesn't stop bleeding. So, you know, it was just you know, they failed them, brother. I'm sorry. They failed them. The corner failed them. You know, I might not fire my guys. You know, his corner is family. That's what the problem is, dealing with family, that now you run into these kind of situations. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, fight fans, love you guys. Thank you for supporting the channel. See you guys in the morning. You guys have been the best. Now, I should have kind of read this before I clicked it, huh? He's not his baby. Peace out, brothers. One. Woo! It's a good live stream today, man. I gotta tell you, right? Good live stream today. This live stream was fire. Can you say fire? Bro.